When you walk through a store, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of a storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Catholics at Home podcast. I am Mag.
And I am Kachang Kevin.
Good morning, Kevin. How are you today?
I'm good. It's good to be back, especially on a very special edition of Catholics at Home podcast.
That's right. Now we only get Kevin's presence if it's a special edition, okay? So I've
I'm
only
on a
hosted
sabbatical.
anything. Yeah, I've only hosted things with him if if something special, and I think this is
That's true.
definitely a special day for us. Our spiritual director, our resident priest, Father Clarence, celebrates his 25th sacerdotal anniversary, and we're super excited.
Exactly. So we'll just spend the first 5 minutes of the show with Father Clarence. Then we'll get to our main topic, which is what is Pentecost?
Wow, that went. Anyway, as you grab your cup of coffee or your breakfast, we want to thank you so much for joining us right here on the Catholics at Home podcast. For those of you who have blocked off Saturday mornings, especially for this, really, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Now, it's going to be a very exciting show. We've lined up quite a number of things just for you and, of course, for Father Clarence, and he has absolutely no idea. So it was kind of difficult keeping things from him, but we can go for
Mhm.
confession after this.
We better.
So I think, Kevin, we should bring him on because we've got loads in
Mhm.
store for the rest of the episode. So let's bring
Yeah.
on our resident priest and spiritual advisor, Father Clarence Devadass.
The man of the hour. Or the
Woot
priest of the hour.
woot!
Nope,
Hi,
nope, nope.
Father.
I don't have the confetti all flying all over. Don't worry. Hi, good morning. Morning, Kev.
We couldn't
Morning.
dispatch anyone quick enough to do that for you.
But you know
I
what? The viewers can do that because we have all of these emojis and all that. So I'd just like to let the viewers know if you want to send any greetings to Father Clarence, you want to send any of this confetti, all this party things going on, you can do it on the comment section and yeah, engage with us.
Yeah, of course, your keywords are like congratulations, well done,
Hmm.
and stuff like that. Then the whole thing will come up, Father. So after this, you can
Yeah.
just go click only. Ah,
don't forget to clean up the confetti afterwards.
the best part, we don't have to.
Yeah, this one is a different one.
So we want to welcome you from wherever you may be watching us from the Diocese of Miri, the Malacca Johor Diocese, the Penang Diocese. We're all here to celebrate Father Clarence this morning. Happy 25th sacerdotal anniversary, Father. How does it feel?
Woohoo.
Old. you know, I was just thinking, when I was a seminarian and I used to look at all these priests who are celebrating 25, celebrating 50 years. I said, wow. I said, long way to go. And
Mhm.
the blink of an eye, I'm here. I'm at that milestone of my journey as the priest, 25 years. Can't believe it, but yeah, it's been an amazing. I mean, I don't want to say a ride, but yeah, it's been 25 wonderful years. Yeah, that's
Wow, nice.
it's been not. I mean, it's not always a bit of roses. I mean, like any other life,
Yep,
uh, a little roller coaster. Though I don't like roller coasters at
yep.
all.
Mhm.
They freak me out. But yeah, it's been up and down. It's been amazing. I've done things that I never imagined I would have done. I've met people I never imagined I would meet. Uh, yeah, I mean, it's for me, and I will say this at mass later on when everybody wanted to say, what are you doing? What are you doing for your 25th? I just thought to myself, if the borders were open, I just want to run away somewhere quiet and just you know be away from.
For
But unfortunately, the borders are not fully open yet. But in
Mhm.
some ways, but for me, it's not a celebration of me in that sense.
yeah.
The way I look at it is it's a celebration of God's love for me, and that's the focus that I would like to pray on and be uh, mindful of. So it's not me 25 years, but 25 years of God's faithful love towards me, and that's what I want to celebrate. Has kept me going for 25 years.
I love that. I love how he just said that, it is a celebration of God's love for you. I've never heard that, but it's so heartwarming. So, Father,
Mhm.
you said, right, if you could go somewhere right now, right? Where is this place? Because you want the borders to be open. So obviously he's not a local.
Surely not local, lah. No, I was just kidding. It was easier to say then because the borders were closed. Now that the borders are open, I can't hide behind that excuse. The borders are open.
You have to think of a new excuse.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I think as I said, it's one thing. The pandemic has kind of put a certain perspective. Somebody asked me, so why don't you celebrate 25 years, in a big scale? It's a milestone. People are asking, but the pandemic puts a certain perspective, and I kind of said to them, I said, in the light of what we have gone through in the last 2 years, every day is a celebration. Every new day is a celebration, isn't it? Every morning you wake up and you see the sunrise or the rains of the morning. It is a day to celebrate. So I think the pandemic has kind of put a certain perspective for me also. Not just waiting for 25, then 30 or 50 or whatever, but celebrate every day, lah, Mac, Kev. That's God's gift to each one of us.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah, but further in this 25 years, if you can just pick out one thing or just a few things that you have learned about yourself through being a priest, what would you say that is?
One thing, Kevin, or a few things that I've learned about myself. For me, is that the ability to adapt to new situations, and I think probably everybody knows I wear different hats in different places. Every morning I wake up, I don't know which hat should I wear this morning. Of course, Kevin is not here with his hat this morning. Of all days, you got your hat, Kevin.
Just don't wear the Archbishop's hat.
Eventually, you never know.
Eventually, yeah.
But, I think the grace. My ordination theme is taken from Paul's second letter to Corinthians. My grace is sufficient for you, and the ability to adapt and to know that even wherever I'm put, God gives that grace to be able to do what He gives me. So, whatever task that's assigned to me, if you know me, I hardly would say no unless it's the real thing that I cannot do. I will always say yes, just like how Kevin and Mark came to me. Let's do something. I said, okay, let's try and do something. So hardly I say no, but God provides. If God calls, He provides, and I think that's the thing that's kept me going all these years. That in the different ministries and the different tasks that have been assigned to me in the different places I found myself, God has provided for everything. Everything. Yeah, in a nutshell, that's like, Kevin, for me, is that just to trust God and say, if he takes you on that pathway, he will provide you the vehicle to get through that pathway, whether it's a car, a bicycle, or a tricycle, or a scooter. He will provide for you.
Or even if you have to walk the journey.
Even if I forgot that part. Even if you have to walk, yes.
So, Father, when was the last time you walked?
I will hitchhike. I think maybe if I see somebody, I'd rather hitchhike.
But I think I also believe in that. For as long as He takes you on that journey, He will make sure you get through, and He will be with you through the way. So I love that you've shared that. And I think it's not just 25 years, it's not just God's faithful love for you, but it's also your faithful trust in Him to lead you this way, So, Father, your best memory of being a priest for 25 years. Wow.
My best memory. So many memories, Meg.
Yeah, pick one only, Father. Are you scared? People scold you.
Yeah, people scold me after. I think my best memory. If I were to put it in a nutshell, it's the people that I've been with in ministry. They are the best. If not for them, as I said, the pandemic puts a certain perspective. When everything was taken away, when the people were taken away from you, you begin to realize how important a community is. A parish community that you work with, people like all of you who come to Mass. Something you don't realize, you just go to Mass and people think that, I'm just one among so many people, but that one person makes a difference to the priest, to see you present praying. To me, at least, I've always made a habit, and everybody knows after Mass I'm always standing outside and greeting people and meeting people, and even if it's that fleeting 2 seconds, it makes my day. To have said hi to someone, to whether old or young, whether to fist bump somebody, just it kind of gives meaning to what I do.
Actually, to be honest, Father, you're the first priest I actually saw when I was growing up outside the church, and you were fist bumping and shaking people's hands. I'm like, oh, I shall avoid this priest and walk the other way.
Little did you know that you'll encounter me many years later.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like God said, you tried to avoid him now. Let me put you closer. Anyway, we have lined up a very interesting show for you this morning, Father, and we do hope that you enjoy everything that we've put together, because the team has worked very hard for this. And
but you started off on a bad note. You started off
Why?
on a bad note. I knew that was coming. You'll never walk alone. Kevin, was this a conspiracy?
I didn't have any power in choosing that song, as you know. The people behind the scenes are, of course, the
And
Liverpool fans.
all three of us here are Man United fans.
Yeah.
How did we let that go?
Father, they cannot have a show without annoying you first. Then their day is complete.
But,
Okay,
Father,
so
just before we
go ahead.
proceed, Father, I was not there at your ordination 25 years ago. But was there any other people that were ordained along?
No,
along with you?
I was alone. I was ordained in St. Jude's Church, Rawang, and the bishop that ordained me was Cardinal Sorte, because he was Archbishop then.
Right.
There was. See, when I started in the seminary, there were 13 of us. And finally, got out and was ordained. We were four priests that made it. And my year, when I joined, we were 5 from the Archdiocese of KL, and the final year I was the only one left. Looks like they couldn't tahan me, so they all left. So I was the only one. So that year I was the only one ordained for the diocese.
I see. All right. I just asked
so much
because
for you'll never walk alone.
Yeah.
Literally, they left me alone. Yes.
Yeah. So I just
Kevin,
asked because in case there was any other priest that we want to mention that was ordained alongside with you, then we can do it right now. So the original date is on the 6th of June, right?
7th of June.
7th of June. Sorry,
7th of June. It was a Saturday morning. It was a holiday. I remember. I think it was the Sultan of Selangor's birthday that day. Or maybe wrong. I'm not too sure, but it was a Saturday morning. It was the feast of the Immaculate Heart of Mary.
Nice.
So it was then that I was ordained
Okay,
at the
good.
Church of St. Jude, Rawang. So now we have had several ordinations from Rawang. I take pride in saying that so far I'm the only one who was ordained in the church. The rest we had to use a hall or they were ordained elsewhere. So I hold one and only ordained in Rawang in the church. Now this is going to irritate the others who are.
I was just about to say. So
Very
whoever else
competitive.
came from Rawang
So we had other priests. We had Father Philip Mutu was the first. Was ordained and he's passed on. Many of you know him. Then it was me. Then it was Father Surain Dureraj, but he was ordained in the cathedral, I believe. And also then was Father Xavier, who was also ordained elsewhere. So it's only one ordained in the church.
Nice.
In its history.
So on our comment section, we are receiving loads and loads of love from each and every one of you who are watching the show this morning. Thank you so much. Just keep those messages coming in. We'll roll them at the bottom of the screen as we go along. But it's time to move on to our next segment, where the people closest to Father Clarence's heart has prepared this little video.
Congratulations, Clarence, 25th anniversary. Amma and I are very proud of you. God give the good health to serve more people. Thank you, Clarence.
Congratulations, Clarence, on your 25 years as a priest. May you continue to serve in the vineyard of the Lord with love and joy.
Happy anniversary.
Happy 25th anniversary of your ordination, Mama. Wishing God's blessings upon you always.
I do wish I could be back home in Malaysia to celebrate with everyone, but sending all my love from Brighton.
Dear Clarence Mama,
we wish God's blessing on you on your 25th anniversary.
and thank you for all you do in the service of God and not forgetting all that you do for us. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Hello Binaina, I want to wish you a happy priesthood anniversary. I'm so happy that you have reached this huge milestone. Even if I wasn't there to support you for the first 12 years, I will support you for the years to come. I remember many times we used to play since I was a kid. I mean, I'm still a kid, but you know, when I was much younger. I always wondered why you weren't married, and then I found out that you couldn't get married. Basically, over time, I became more curious about our faith, and you were always there to answer my questions, so I know more and more about my faith. Thank you for being there for me and everyone, and once again, happy priesthood anniversary.
Clarence, congratulations and our best wishes on this special day as you celebrate the 25th anniversary of your ordination to the priesthood.
And as you spend this weekend remembering with gratitude the many happy memories the last 25 years God has given you, all of us at home continue to pray that God will renew, increase and strengthen in you the graces you received at your ordination 25 years ago as you carry on His work for many, many more years to come. Walk on. Happy anniversary.
I don't know what to say.
Father got
See,
tissue
Father.
standby, right?
But I think your niece is like the cutest. I always wondered why you weren't getting married.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, that's truly heartwarming. You know, for me, I think that the pillar of strength in my priesthood has been my family. That's been my little, what I would call, go-to place. You know, when I'm stressed, when I'm, when it's like really work gets to you, there's nothing like going home, isn't it? I mean, to be pampered in home where I'm not a priest. I'm just Clarence, whether son, brother, in-law, or uncle, to be welcomed as who I am, and that's been for me what I would say, is the go-to place, as much as I meet so many people. I mean, I'm not saying that you are not my friends, but going home has got a different meaning. Though my mother may say I don't go home enough, like my father used to say also before. But when I can, when time permits, it's going home and just relaxing. Having a meal, a drink with siblings, going out, doing holidays, and something that that I look forward to. So that's been the my anchor, in the last 25 years.
Wonderful.
Well, Father, you know what they say: if you can't bring the priest to the home, you bring the home to the priest. And that's what we're going to do right now.
No, I was just thinking, when you say that you can choose your friends and you can't choose your family, I think God chose the right one for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need tissue. Father getting all sentimental. Yeah. So,
I
Kevin,
think
who do we have?
I didn't think God didn't make a mistake with me for that.
All right. So, Father, as I said, we're going to bring the home to you right now.
All right.
And the people at home are your mother, Madam Clara, your sister, Asunta, and your brother, Raymond. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Hi, good morning.
Happy
Good
anniversary.
morning.
Happy anniversary, guys.
Okay,
forgot
so
to
where
wear
do we
that
start?
I forgot to wear my Manchester United shirt. So this sibling rivalry at the very core. Starts with football.
But I wore yellow to support Catholics at home.
Wow.
Nice. So, what was it like growing up? I mean, was there actually sibling rivalry among the three of you?
Who wants to start?
Maybe the elders should start.
I know that you all are waiting to see whether I had an annoying brother while I was growing up. But I have to disappoint all of you. Not at all. I mean, of course, we used to have the normal squabbles as growing up, but it never lasted long. It's most of the time it would be over TV channels or music. What else did we squabble about?
Yeah, I think most of the rivalry, the sibling rivalry between at least my brother and I were revolved around sports. Really, it was either fighting for the newspaper on Monday morning, to get hold of the results of the games the night before, or fighting for the Malay Mail at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And of course, my sister was in boarding school, and when she came back, she had the rights to the television, and that's the only time my brother and I would gang up together because she would want to watch the Waltons and Little House on the Prairie, and we would want to watch our football games on Channel 2. So I think our fight really revolved around sports, and I think we took sports quite seriously when we were young. I think even today, I suppose.
Very nice. Father, what about you? What kind of squabbles do
Yeah.
you remember?
I think they've just said, it was a time when, we had one of everything. If it was TV, it was one TV, and we all had to kind of, learn how to share and fight over it. And newspaper was one. Like my brother said, the days when we didn't have internet or smartphones, where we could get the results immediately of the football. So the late games, we would wait for the Malay Mail. My dad would bring it back after work, rushing to get the Malay Mail to see what was the score last night, because you didn't know. So these are the little things that we squabbled about. I don't recall any. I can't remember having major fights like over things or even if it's simple rivalry over simple things, and those kind of things. As you can see, Liverpool and Manchester United, how different can it be? I mean, everybody asks me, the whole side of my family is Liverpool. How is it that you're a Manchester United? So I said I had to choose something to fight with my brother.
So intentionally, Father, huh?
we grew up, but it was rivalry with all its fun, we irritated each other, just like any ordinary family that we had. It's and today when we look back and we can still laugh about it. That's the amazing part of it, isn't it?
All right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, Asunta, apart from sports, what other hobbies or what did Father Clarence like to do when he was a kid?
He used to collect these stamps and these military figurines. I don't know if you all remember this little green American soldiers, and he would spend hours playing with all sorts of special effects and irritate my mother when she's sleeping in the afternoon.
Yeah, but those are back. Those are back in fashion. I hear these days. The little green toy.
Yeah, the toy soldiers.
Yeah, I remember seeing them recently. That used to be
So, Father, you want us to get you one set?
But it was creativity at its best, I would think. I remember I used to cut the jumbo tree branch and make little, like how the soldiers could hide on the tree branch. You created your own little play environment. I remember that. Of course, my mother was sleeping in the afternoon. I used to make all these sounds for shooting and killing, and should irritate my mother, disturb her afternoon nap. Of course, you probably I remember getting smacks, for trying to tell me to go to sleep also. But I remember that so clearly, and I remember doing that. Yeah, that was my generation.
For sure. So, Madam Clara, Father said that you would complain that he doesn't go home soon enough or enough times for the family. What do you have to say for that? Should he go home more often?
Yeah, usually Monday is off, Monday, so he won't come. So his father always complain, Monday, so he cannot come. Monday, they always complain to me. Just leave it to you now, what to do, you have to do. He complained to me and won't complain to children.
So, Father, what was your excuse? Why you never go home on your off day?
Sometimes it's work. Sometimes, after a heavy Sunday, you just want to crash and stay in bed. Not that I never went home. So let me. I would go a bit later, probably not as early as they would want me to go on a Sunday night or an early Monday morning. But when my early years of the priesthood I was in Fatima, as you remember, Meg.
Yeah.
So the weekend, I was alone, and the weekends were really, really, tiring. So sometimes you just want to crash in bed and say, "Ayo, I want to stay in bed and just not have to wake up so early." Yeah, so that's, well, they can say it's an excuse or what, but but sometimes it's just work. Sometimes things happen. Yeah. Yeah, but in that sense, yeah, they complain, but but they understood also. My dad and mom, possibly they understood. Yeah.
So, but before that, Madam Clara, when Father Clarence wanted to become a priest, how did he tell you, or what do you think of it when he told you about it?
Okay, now here's where you bring out the tissues. Now you better.
Oh man, where's my tissues?
We both are very sad the first time he told me. But then he didn't come and suddenly say, "I want to be priest." He came one day. So after dinner, we were sitting there. So he told me, "Come, we go for a ride in the car." So I thought, oh, he got a girlfriend, going to get married, but I was sitting in behind. Sitting at them going. One round, the second round came. He slowly say like that, I want to join seminary. His father didn't say anything. So I sit behind and cry. I didn't say anything.
So why did you cry? What was going through your mind and your heart at that point?
I think we are getting old. Somebody must take care of us. So he going to join a priest. Nobody will take care of us. So I told him that day. So he said, "Don't worry. Masuda and Ram say, you take care of you. Don't worry. Why you cry? I cry. Why you crying? The both of them will take care of you. Don't worry." He said.
Wow, Father, way to go. I'll pass the buck to my siblings. They'll take care of you.
Is that your version of God will provide?
Yeah.
Pass to the siblings.
The siblings will provide. Yeah, I mean, but I guess, of course, I mean, she doesn't say, but it's also the concern for me, and I remember this very clearly. Who will take care of me when I'm old and I don't have a family? Yeah, that's something that she said also to me. And I said, I mean, my siblings take care of me in so many wonderful ways today,
Absolutely.
more than anybody else, and my parishioners, friends, who provide. So as I said, I mean, when I go home today, I'm pampered in so many ways by my siblings and of course their spouses and their children. Even though I don't have a wife or I don't have, thankfully, but no children. But my nieces are like I've seen them grown up, and you can ask them the things that I used to do with them, quite fun things. So only when they cry I give back to the parents lah.
That's a benefit, right? Not having your own kids.
Yeah, carry them, play with them, and it's so there hasn't been that vacuum in my life to say that I don't have a family. Yeah.
Raymond and Asunta, what did y'all feel? I mean, when you found out that he wanted to be a priest?
Well, I was happy that I had the TV all to myself. But I think, I think we were all sad. I think I was definitely, I remember feeling very sad having dropped him at the seminary in Malacca on the way back, feeling that, the house would be empty now because it was just going to be me alone. But like I said,
nobody to fight with.
Yeah, it didn't take me too long to realize that I had the TV and the newspapers to all to myself. So it wasn't too bad after that. But I think in many ways I wasn't caught by surprise. I think for me it was just a matter of time as to when he was joining the seminary. I suppose he did spend a lot of time in the church. He's growing up years, so. Unlike my mom, I think I was a little bit more aware that what was going to happen.
So you were prepared somewhat. You saw the signs.
No, I don't think you ever prepared for it, but I think you kind of know that it's coming. Yeah.
All right. Asinta?
Well, initially, yes, sad, but the sadness was overcome because after he became a priest, I only heard good things about him, And everywhere I went, they would say, "Oh, you're Father Clarence's sister. Oh, are you Father Clarence's sister?" And get asked that almost every day, at my place of work. So in that sense, you feel very proud that your brother is, serving people and people like him and love him. And
all right. Okay, so now
I must tell you a funny story. My sister says that, a little funny story. She works in Assunta Hospital, and I was in Assumption Church as a priest, and we both of us look very much alike. At least, on our face, if you even notice by now, so, and she would see her patient, and then I would go for anointing, and they would be totally confused. Didn't I see you earlier just now? No, you didn't see me. I said, that was somebody else. So, yeah, it's so funny sometimes.
Now, 25 years later, as Father celebrates his anniversary today, what would you like to tell him? I mean, about his journey, or what you personally feel, what he's accomplished throughout his 25 years? Anyone can go first.
I would say I want to thank him for accepting God's call 25 years ago. Thank you for all encouragement and counsel that you give all of us in many aspects. And I think the most important thing is I see the person of Christ in him, in his ways, in the way he speaks, and the way he interacts. And that sort of is an example to all of us, my children and my husband and my brother and his family.
Madam Clara?
Yes.
What do you want to say? Yes.
I am very proud of you now. But only thing, my husband is not here.
Do you think your husband would be very proud of him right now, seeing who he is today and what he's done?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Raymond?
Yeah, I think my sister kind of summed it all up really well. I think, Clarence, we're really, really proud of you, what you have done and what you have achieved. You've grown so much in your vocation. As you said, you've become so versatile, from a priesthood at the pulpit to a priest online now, and so we're really, really proud of you. I think the family looks forward to every Saturday watching this show as well. We hear so much of good things that he has done. Even as recent as about 2 weeks ago, I met an old friend of mine, who said that, the wonderful things that he's doing for his parishioners, and that we're really, really proud of you for what you have done, and may God continue to bless you in your vocation, and you'll always be a brother, a son, and an uncle to all of us first, before anything else. And congratulations.
Father Clarence, anything you'd like to tell your family this morning?
I think I just said it earlier just now. Couldn't have asked anything more from God for the family that I have. Of course, Dad is no longer with us, but I know He is watching over us and praying for us, and in many ways, we are who we are because of our parents. All three of us. I think we would not dispute that at all. Of course, we had our, mom who was the disciplinarian, kena rotan also lah, all kena rotan always, not that I was an angel when I was growing up. The usual growing pains to the parents, but they have, both my mom and dad, they have stood by our decisions, my decision to want to become a priest, despite the concerns. I think my dad, when I told my parents, I think my dad kind of expected it. I think once he said, "Yeah, I think I kind of knew this was going to happen." Maybe mom wasn't totally prepared. Maybe my fault. I didn't prepare.
You didn't ease her into it.
You know, but yeah, I mean, they have been supportive in so many different ways, and my siblings, my in-laws, their spouses, and my nieces, my 3 nieces, everyone has been very supportive, you know, and I think that's really what it's all about for me. As I mentioned earlier, that's my anchor. That's the place that I go to for my me time, for my downtime. You know, we still do a lot of things together, and I look forward to that with them. And I enjoy every year we plan a holiday. Just to get away together, and we see each other quite regularly for meals. So that's, for me, God gave me that gift, the gift of my family. I couldn't have asked for anything more than this.
Aw, I really need my tissues right now. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the session with your family. Thank you so much, Madam Clara, Asunta, and Raymond for joining us. But Raymond, before we let you go, you've worked on a little something for Father Clarence this morning. So you want to tell us a little bit about what you worked on?
Oh, okay, goodness. Well, I think he will see it. I think the team sort of put together a song for him. I think a song that he's very familiar with, and I hope he enjoys it.
Thank you very much, Raymond. All right, Father Clarence.
Your grace is sufficient for me. Your strength is made perfect when I am weak. All that I cling to, I lay at your feet. Your grace is sufficient for me. Grace is sufficient for me. Your strength is made perfect when I am weak. All that I cling to, I lay at your feet. Your grace is sufficient for me. Grace is sufficient. Grace is sufficient for me. I'm no longer striving to merit your love. I rest in your promise to me that all of my sins have been washed in your blood. Your mercy is all that I need. Your grace is sufficient for me. Your strength is made perfect when I am weak. All that I cling to, I lay at your feet. Your grace is sufficient. Your grace is sufficient. Your grace is sufficient for me. You see me as righteous because of the blood that made the atonement for me. Your mercy has triumphed where I should be judged. So now by your grace I grace is sufficient for me. Your grace is sufficient for me. Your strength is made perfect when I am weak. All that I cling to, I lay at your feet. Your grace is sufficient. Your grace is sufficient. Your grace is sufficient for
Father, did
Hope
you
you
think
enjoyed
it
that
was
one.
ended? Because suddenly got closing montage. Kevin, go ahead.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed that one, Father.
Yeah,
From Father Raymond and
that-
Nicole.
Yeah, that's a surprise. So so somehow my family has become part of this ministry also. My brother
Yes.
and and my niece who plays the violin for a lot of our shows.
They are honorary members, Father.
Yeah, that's right. And so yeah, it's. I think that song captures what I am feeling at this time, 25 years later. If I've made it, it's because of God's grace and nothing else, and the love from the family and friends. Too many names to mention.
Yeah.
But you know who you are, people who have supported me and been with me, and it's only possible because of something like this.
Definitely.
And you mentioned friends, Father. So we've actually invited one of your friends.
Oops. Now, yeah.
Let's bring on Charles.
Oh, right.
Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, Father. Good morning.
Hey, Charles. Morning.
Good morning, Father. So I was fixed up by Mercy Sellers.
He said fixed up.
Looks like he came. He had to be coerced to come.
So I agreed to just say some words lah. That's all.
All right. So Charles, you've known Father Clarence for over 40 years. Tell us how do you know Father Clarence?
It's all in the church lah, because we are we were altar boys as well, and we are serving on church basis. And we as altar boys, we used to gather Saturdays when we go clean up the church and all that. And that time was Father Aiden. We we meet in the prayer group, the charismatic, and sometimes during the feast days and all that we work together. Now always most of the time we spend in the church. That's why I come to know Father Clarence so much. And from that, apart from that, we also went together for Yamaha music course. If I remember, we take bus from Rawang to Pudu Raya. For Pudu Raya, we walk all the way to Sungawang Plaza for Yamaha music course. Okay, that's how we. Then, so other than that, it's all in the church only lah. But of course, few times I've spent a night in his house. Okay, because I was staying in the church, and I think his mother looked pity on me, take me back.
So this friendship has lasted the test of time, huh? Not bad, you guys. I just want to sit down with Charles right now and ask him a lot of questions, but we don't have that time.
Thank God. Thank God.
So
let's go to the main question.
One. Yeah.
Let's talk about his girlfriends.
I never knew he had girlfriends.
You are a very good friend.
But I never seen him get angry. Always, he's very gentle and talking and all that. But he always make a joke, quietly and all that. But I never seen him angry in my life. I don't know when he got angry. So always gentle and kind and very nice guy to be with. Okay.
So, Charles, was Father Clarence mischievous growing up? I mean, did he get up to mischief, that his mother didn't know,
No.
but you knew because you were his best friend kind of thing?
Never.
Well, he's a really good friend, Father. He don't
Hey.
tell us anything.
all paid off already. Charles and I, Charles is, I think Charles 1 year my senior in school, so we were schoolmates. We were schoolmates right through secondary school, altar boys, youth camp, youth ministry. So Charles and a few others. Badminton, we played badminton together in church. We literally grew up, with a few other people. We grew up together.
And sometimes we gang up in Father Philip Muthu's house. Always we gang up together there. A few other youths there, always there.
So, right, growing up with so many different friends, and you guys, did almost everything together, right? What's one of your most precious memories that you've had with Father Clarence, good or bad? Whether you got in trouble or whether it was something that you guys achieved together, what do you remember?
Never trouble. But one thing achieved, I think some church work was given to us. Maybe some cleaning up, some project or whatever it is, we did it. That's the thing, we make it. And he's very organized person.
Oh, yes. He'll text us and say, "Where's my questions?"
And this is the only show that I had no control over.
But Charles,
Yeah.
Charles, being so close with Father Clarence, doing all this church work, I suppose it's not a surprise for you when he wanted to become a priest.
No surprise about that. Because I think I've seen maybe Father Xavier or Father Philip gone to the seminaries, so I have no surprise at him. Right.
And Father, you couldn't get Charles to join you.
Actually, we all went to the same vocation camp. There were a few of us. Charles remember. We all went. Of course, Charles chose another vocation. I chose another vocation. The others chose different vocations. Yeah, so we all went to the vocation camp in Port Dickson, right, Charles? We were in PD. I think we had gone to PD.
Yeah, PD.
And a few others. Yeah.
Then once we went to Cameron Islands with the father. That time is Bishop Paultan. Father Paultan was it's a session, and then came out as Father Arul, who's one of the youth in a Penang diocese, and he became a priest as well.
So you hung out with a lot of people who became priests, Charles?
Pardon?
you hung out with a lot of people who became priests eventually.
Yeah.
So did you ever have to keep a secret for Father Clarence?
Secret? No. There's no any secret.
Wow, Father, what did you promise him? He's got your back,
Meg, Kev, I mean, when Charles would tell you, we grew in a small town, in a small town, very hard to be mischievous. It'll be the talk of the town.
Easier? Oh, okay.
And my dad worked in the police station.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And everyone knew, I always joked, I used to joke, when we were growing up, even with my siblings, we all were known as Mr. Devadass's children, So we didn't have our own, nobody remembered our names. This is his son, this is his daughter, this is the other son. So
because CC does.
Yeah. And it was a time when, like what Charles says, much of our lives revolved around school and church. And Charles says, Saturday morning, altar boys, we were in church, cleaning, then playing football, and then having lunch or badminton. There wasn't. We had 2 cinemas in town, and we hardly went. It was roach infested kind of cinema. Those days kind of cinemas. You have those big fans blowing, and half the time you can't hear what your in small towns. But that was our entertainment church. Our weekend we used to spend doing things. Yeah, and I think that's how little by little that desire to be a priest grew, and you know and I mean, my friends were also instrumental. People like Charles and a few other people who helped in so many different ways. I mean, who were supportive. Who were supportive.
Now, Charles, as you watch Father Clarence grow in his spiritual journey, 25 years, what do you want to say about it in a nutshell?
Um, First of all, I like to congratulate him for this 25 years of Silver Jubilee. Um, I've seen him his about his faith, uh, being a priest, and uh, but always see his kindness, his gentleness, right? And when I see him as a priest, I always go back to my childhood, younger times, and sometimes I wonder why I was not a priest. Why I never joined in as a priest. Sometimes, yeah, this kind of thoughts will come, but it's too late now.
So, do you? Yeah, go ahead.
So I also very proud of being from Rawang, and he's not like a normal priest, like other priest, but he's doing something for the archdiocese, and also I think he's quite well known for not only in Malaysia but outside of Malaysia as well, and that's I'm very proud of him.
Would. I think everyone's very proud of what you've achieved, Father Clarence. And
No,
I
but
think coming
no,
from everybody's mouth,
yeah.
everybody is like so touched by what you've done or the impact you've had on their lives as well. So the journey has been sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, people like Charles and all. I mean, it's strange when they call me Father Clarence. They all, we've all grown up calling each other by name, Day or something like that. Hey, it's so strange whenever I go back to Rawang and I see all. So that's one thing I've always told. I've always said, Bishop, never don't send me back to Rawang as a priest, please, because I cannot, I cannot be the parish priest because they all know me so well and I know them so well. It's very hard for me to. Of course, the generation has changed, but the core people are still there. And
Yeah.
this evening I go back to Rawang to celebrate a Thanksgiving mass. But I always tell you, please, don't ever ask me to go back to Rawang because they know me through and through. They say, hey, this fella I know lah.
The confessional box will be empty. Nobody want to go confession to you.
Nobody will come to me. They'll probably be telling me my sins rather than their sins.
All the karat all will come out, Father.
Yeah,
very dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, so Charles, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And besides Charles, we've also received some messages from your friends, Father Clarence. So we'll just show it on screen right now.
This is from Sandra. Congratulations, Father Clarence, on 25 years of faithfully serving the Lord. Having lived in the same neighborhood and being classmates at some point, it was a pleasant surprise to find out many years later that he had chosen this path. And quote from Romans, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good tidings. May God bless you richly, fill you with his peace and joy, and grant you his strength as you continue to serve him.
Next, we have Patricia Pereira. She's the editor of Herald and the Catholic Weekly. She says, if today I'm sitting in the editor's chair of Herald, it is because of Father Clarence. I was initially apprehensive of accepting the position, but he instilled the confidence in me, assuring me that I could do the job, that I was the right person. And so I said yes, knowing full well that he had my back and that he would always be there for me as my sifu and mentor. Congratulations, Father Clarence, on the occasion of your sacerdotal silver jubilee of 25 years of service in the Lord's vineyard. You are truly amazing and worthy of emulation in all spheres of life. God bless.
And we have Molly. First and foremost, congratulations and all glory to God for 25 years of service as a priest, Father Clarence. We must thank Mercy for pushing me to write this. I have not met you for the last 40 years. My memories of you are of the time when we were classmates in primary school in Rawang. I don't think that at any one time I thought that you would become a priest. Anyway, you were only 11 or 12 at that time. The better of me when your name came popping up on Facebook with Mercy as our mutual friend, but this time your name had the distinguished title of Father next to Clarence. I was pleasantly surprised when Mercy confirmed that you are the same Clarence. Well, Father Clarence, God's plans for us are always good to give us a future and a hope. It's just amazing how God has planned your days and how He uses you to touch many lives. Congratulations once again, and may our Father in heaven continue to bless you and keep you and make His face to shine upon you and be gracious to you in all your future endeavors. May He bless you with many more blessed years in His service. God bless.
And finally, we've got one by Mercy Stella. She was your classmate. Clarence, you were the first person who supported me when I told you of my intention of becoming a teacher. Your message to me was this: be a teacher as how Christ was. I still keep that message in my heart, and that message has motivated me till today. 34 years of my career as a teacher, that message taught me to be patient and to love. Now you are at your 25th year. I am truly happy for you. Tears welling up in my eye. I wish I could hug you and say, I love you so much. As a friend and mentor, you were there for me. God has chosen well. I pray that I will still be around to celebrate your golden jubilee too. God bless you, my dearest Kawan. The sky is the limit, dear. And there you go, messages from
Wow.
your friends. Father, did you prepare tissues or not?
Yeah, friends from school. I mean, yeah, it's thanks to all of them. I've not seen many of them for years. We had a school reunion some years ago, I remember, but yeah, not everybody was there. Many of them are friends on Facebook. We have a little WhatsApp group of our classmates, and yeah, and we do chat there in a bit. Whenever we need to. I don't think any of my schoolmates thought I would be a priest. I would have, I don't think so. The person that I was, probably not. As like Molly was saying, yeah, she never, but as a student, primary student, you always have to. Your teacher will ask you, "What's your cita-cita?" I always said pilot. I always wanted to be a pilot in my life. That was what I wanted. I wanted to be able to fly the skies. But yeah, God had.
Well, you know what they say, Father Clarence. Actually, pilots also bring a lot of people to God, because when they're on the air, you see everybody starting to say their prayers.
Well,
I don't know whether that's a good or bad thing.
So perhaps that's how it turned out. A lot of my school friends have been very. Yeah, I remember them with gratitude. Yeah.
Father, now that you've told us you wanted to be a pilot, are there any regrets?
No. I mean, what I'm doing now, no second thoughts. At that time, it was just a fascination with planes, which still today, I do. Whenever I fly, I always like to look at, what plane is it, what make is it, try to see whether you can get a peek into the cockpit. It's still, and I have this little model planes here in my office also. So planes still do fascinate me in many ways. Maybe someday I want to do a simulator experience.
Wow.
When I have the time.
So if you are Father Clarence's parishioner or anyone who is close to Father Clarence and you're a pilot, you know what to do lah. Next present. Anyway, if you just joined us. Yeah, man. If you just joined us, welcome to Catholics at Home. Today, we are celebrating Father's 25th Sacerdotal Anniversary. And if you've been with us from the start of the show, you would have noticed that we're going on this journey, his childhood, and then we spoke to his family, and then we spoke to his friends. And now we're going to move on to the next stage of his life. Father, any guesses?
Oh my goodness, I'm a bit too afraid now. I really don't know. This is yeah. The worst fear in anyone's life is the fear of the unknown. So I don't know what's coming, what's around the corner.
Okay, Kevin, who do we have now?
All right. Well, it's not Jurgen Klopp. Don't worry. But it's going to be one of your good friends in the priesthood, Father Gerard. Oh, good morning, Father GT.
Good morning, Father.
Good morning, folks. Good morning, Clarence.
Hi,
Happy
Gerard.
anniversary.
Now, Father
Father
Gerard,
GT, I expect more from you. All his friends all really chickened out and we don't share anything. We are really depending on you.
He hasn't paid
he hasn't paid you. That's a good thing. So we can talk secrets now, can we?
Of course.
Of course. So
Time
when
for
we
me
can...
trying for me to exit.
Father, we will call you back. We'll find you. We know where you live. So, Father Gerard, tell us about your relationship with Father Clarence. How long have you known him for? And, how would you describe him in a nutshell?
Okay, so I've known him for well over 30 years. I was sent to Rawang in my third year of seminary training for a whole year. And one of the major things was to learn Tamil. Okay, and it was very largely a Tamil-speaking parish at that time. And I would go for my Tamil class, and immediately afterwards, I would go to Clarence's house for a coffee just to unwind because I was struggling so much my Tamil, And because the community was largely Tamil speaking, and because I couldn't speak Tamil to save my life, still can't. But Clarence was what I called my intelligent conversation, because I couldn't have an intelligent conversation in Tamil. At least I could speak to somebody near my age and have a decent conversation. And so almost every day, Tuesday to Friday after my Tamil class, I would pop in before he went off to class. So there was a great friendship from then. And yeah, so I was thankful to be at the end of that year. Or rather the beginning of the next year, he joined the seminary. So I was grateful to be part of the rombongan that took him to Malacca Seminary with some family and Father Amala and all that. And we've been friends within the seminary as well. And we were also lucky to have some time overlapping in Rome when we were both students. And we're in the same diocese, so yeah, so we've been there all along the way. Yeah.
All right. So what can you tell us that we don't know about Father Clarence?
Thanks for coming, Father Gerard. See you soon.
Do you think it's gonna end that soon, Father Clarence? You sure don't know us very well?
Yeah, so, but the problem, Mag, I mean, you didn't pay me either. That's the problem.
Oh, Father, that one I can take care of this after this, Father. I will see you for coffee.
I'm not that cheap.
Okay, I will bring home cooked food. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Father GT, I've always wondered, right, between priests, I mean, if you don't agree on something, is there like a little squabble that happens? Do you like merajo and everything among each other? And have you seen that with Father Clarence?
Oh, did he set you up on this question? We're close friends, okay? But as close friends, there are times when we have a joke that the winds will blow, because I remember one time when we both happened to be in a group of friends in France, and there were typhoons or whatever, God knows, some winds that blew down trees and all that, and there was the wind also blew on us, and we had a squabble, and we always tease each other whenever we have a squabble, we both merajo for half a day or at least, and but the thing is, I mean, the good thing is that because the friendship is deep, we can agree to disagree. And it doesn't affect our personal relationship, so that's the beauty of our friendship. We don't necessarily agree on everything, okay, I certainly do not share any of his inclination to watch, football, for instance. And I remember one holiday we went on, I was like fighting with him because he was all the time watching some blinking tennis on every time, at night. We were sharing the room, and at night, he doesn't want to talk to me. He wants to watch the tennis instead. So, and I'm no sportsman, no interest in watching sports. So yeah. But the reality is that despite our very different likings and all that, we've had a great friendship that has spanned these many years. And he's my go-to friend in lots of different things. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Kevin, do you have anything to ask Father GT?
Yeah. So, so tell us about some of the things that we might not know about Father Clarence, his ways and his any quirky things that we don't know about Father Clarence.
Any quirky things? Ooh. We didn't talk payment for all this earlier. You see. That's the problem.
Father, somebody suggested that I should just give you char kway teow. Done. Settle the deal.
No, I learned the phrase, God will provide today. So don't worry, Father GT. God will provide something.
Yeah. No, I mean, Clarence is that man of, one quirk that I used to get irritated with him. It was that it's very hard to get a secret out of him. Okay, so, and because sometimes, especially when I lived outside the diocese, things would happen, and the man does not gossip, doesn't tell you things that everybody else knows, and I'm like away from the diocese and I don't know. And I said, you don't know that? I said, no, I don't know, because nobody tells me these things, and so it's very hard to correct anything out of him. That's one quirk, I mean, you can trust him with your confession, don't worry, because it's not going to come out where even normal basic stuff doesn't come out sometimes. So yeah, so that's him. He's a and I know him as someone who is like very dedicated and very disciplined. So he's at it, and he works too much. He works too much, but he does it because he loves God and loves people. So sometimes when his mother complains that he hasn't gone home, sometimes on a Monday it's because I've stolen him for a meal or something like that. And yeah, so I was laughing because somebody earlier in the show talked about yes, your mom talked about driving around, because Clarence and I used to do that sometimes in Rawak. We used to drive around in the church van, and sometimes it was like no destination, but it's just a chance to spend time to talk. And yeah, so that's been part of the friendship along the way, serving together. And it's nice. Currently we are almost next door to each other, and so it's easier for him to pop over for a meal or just to come over for a coffee or something like that. Yeah, so that's been good. Yeah.
So, Father, you've known Father Clarence for over 30 years. Has he changed over the years? I mean, what was he like back then and now that's different, or that's something you like about him today that you didn't quite, back then?
No, I think Clarence has been consistent. He's been consistent in the person that he is. I can't think of anything I don't like. Yeah, but but I've seen him develop and become the person that he is, and certainly becoming that strong character of after the heart of Jesus. He's an excellent administrator, and he's got an excellent brain. Okay, I mean, he's highly intelligent. And so, he's an asset not just to us in Malaysia, but an asset to the church in general in the world. I sometimes tease him and I say the danger is that, you might be plucked away from us in Malaysia, but, he always says, well, I won't say the exact word that he tells me, but never mind, but he shoves me off on that one, but I tease him about that. but yeah, but it's, Clarence has, really, over the years, I've seen him develop and grow and, keep on growing, Clarence. Yeah.
Father Clarence.
Father, yeah. No, I just want to say, Father Clarence's friend Charles said that he never saw Father Clarence angry. Have you
Yeah.
seen Father Clarence angry?
Oh, yes, I have. He gets
Oh.
angry at me. He gets angry at me. I know the buttons to push. Yeah.
How
So
many
that's why I
buttons are there,
say,
Father? Got
yeah,
different things that you say.
different things.
What are the
But,
keywords?
yeah, well,
We'll
as I
avoid
said,
that.
the wind will blow, So, yeah, the wind can blow. I mean, it doesn't blow very often. It may take a few years before it blows again. And after the show, I don't know whether the wind will really blow on me or not.
We apologize beforehand.
Yeah,
Father
so,
Clarence,
yeah.
what did you feel the moment we brought Father Gerard on? Because I saw your face like, whoa, okay, let's see where this takes us.
Yeah, I think with Gerard, we didn't become friends when we became priests. And I just long before I joined the seminary, I came to know Gerard. So Gerard is a friend, more than just, I don't even consider him in that sense. It's not a colleague in the priesthood. It's something much deeper than that. We happen to do the same things. We happen to choose the same pathway, but a friend, a confidant, my go-to person sometimes when I need something. Not just spiritual support, even for my physical support. He's a great cook. So whenever I remember in Rome, whenever I'm desperate for Malaysia, I said, Gerard, I'm here. I'm coming can you cook something or not? So he was the one. But I think that friendship that we share is also, it kind of expanded. Our families are friends. I mean, I'm friends with his family, his parents and his siblings and the others. So it's for me, it's, if there's any person who knows me, who has seen the winds blow, it's Gerard. It's Gerard who's seen me, yeah, I mean, but the beauty of it is that, pre-pandemic days, though we are all busy, he's busy with his work in the seminary, I'm busy here in the diocese and all that, we will always, every year, we'll make a holiday together.
Oh.
So the thing with Gerard is that, our holidays are never, when we go on holidays, it's like this, it's never organized. Okay. Even though he says that I'm highly organized, but our holidays are not, it's not like you go to a place, you need to see all it. You wake up in the morning, okay, let's figure out what we're going to do today. And it just, so in that sense, we kind of click in our ideas of what holidays. So yeah, so pre-pandemic days, we always will ask, shall we do a holiday together? But it's becoming more and more difficult now, I think. His parish schedule, my parish schedule, when he was the seminary, it's a lot easier to do things. Yeah, so Gerard has been a constant in my journey.
So how would you describe your friendship with Father Gerard in one word?
Strong, concrete. I mean, it's something that, I mean, the thing is, it's a friendship. Like if we don't see each other for a while, and we, because of work, as I said, once he was in the seminary, until now he's just the next door neighbor. And when we meet up, we can pick it up. It's always about just let's go and have a meal, or let's go have coffee, or just something, As much as he tries to dig out some secrets from me, my lips are always sealed.
What can he bring for you, Father? What can he bring for you? For some secrets.
Because of sometimes some roles that I play, that I even as close as he is to me, sometimes I just have to hold back. But I think, and we understand each other. We understand each other. So some people say, oh, these two priests are good friends, but when it started before priesthood. So a lot of people don't see that part of it. I was a growing up young adult. He was a seminarian, and we became friends, and that has kind of kept us going.
Wonderful.
Yes, Gerard, would you agree or disagree?
I agree.
Father Gerard,
so the
what's your
payment went
one
through
word to
already.
describe what the payment went through? What would you describe? What one word would you describe your friendship with, Father Clarence?
Dependable.
Nice. So, as Father Clarence celebrates his 25th anniversary today, Father Gerard, what would you like to tell him?
Well, I just want to say His grace is sufficient. And I know that whatever it is ahead, we'll go through the ups and downs in the priesthood, but His grace will always be there. And I hope that we'll always be there for each other as well.
Lovely.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you very much, Father Gerard, for joining us this morning. Although we didn't get many secrets, but we got quite a lot. Thank you again.
You can pay me advance for the 30th anniversary.
Can, Father. This, unfortunately, anything that goes online stays online forever. So I will be in debt. So with that, Father Clarence, we've got a little video prepared for you by the clergy.
Hi, Clarence. I just want to congratulate you on this milestone event in your life. 25 years of joyful, sorrowful, glorious, and luminous moments that you had with the Lord. Thank you for what you have done. An old song says it only takes a spark to get a fire going. It only took a pandemic for you to start Catholics at Home, and it has blossomed. You helped to unite the nation during the pandemic, and I was very happy to be part of that webcast of yours. I wish you many more years, another 25 glorious, sorrowful, luminous, and joyful moments. I thank God that you were able to use all your gifts and inspire young people and even old priests like us to do our own webcasts and podcasts, and to be instruments using social media in the best way that we can. So God bless you. Take care. We love you.
Dear Father Clarence, these greetings and blessings come from your alma mater, College General, Penang, as well as from the Diocese of Penang. So I wish to say ad multos annos, tu es sacerdos in aeternum. You are a priest forever in God's plan. So greetings, blessings will be with you to celebrate the day next week. Thank you. God bless you.
Blessed 25th Sacerdotal Anniversary, Father Clarence. My first time, I think, that we met was in Assumption with Pat and Edmund, if you remember. You were playing guitar one of those nights. We were getting to know each other. It's been a long journey since then. 25 years, it's a great milestone. Since then, your name, what you have done, and through the ministry you are involved in, I believe that many have been affected, have been touched by you. May God continue to bless us through you as His powerful witness to the Malaysian Church, and may He grant you a continuing wisdom to govern, teach, and sanctify His people wherever you have led into.
Hello, Clarence. Just to wish you a blessed 25th anniversary as a priest. Another milestone in your life. May the Lord continue to be with you as you enter into the next phase of your priestly life. God bless you and the people you serve.
Hi, Padre, how are you? Reverend Father Clarence Devadass. Congratulations, auguri, huh? As you celebrated 25 years of priesthood. What can I say about you? You've been a big brother. When I entered seminary in 1996, you were already finishing final year. And throughout my priesthood years, I've been saying you are one priest who is very, very simple. and approachable, available to everyone, Now thank God for gift of vocations. You're from Rawang St. Jude's Church, simple place, yet great in vocations. Thank God for gift of your parents and siblings who have been there journeying in your vocation path. Let's thank God together on this day as we celebrate the grace of God. My grace is sufficient for you. So I pray, my prayers are with you and for you, Father. Once again, God bless you. Auguri, ciao ciao, George Harrison, Roma, Italia.
When did I first know Father Clarence? I got to meet him for the first time, I think, when I was still discerning my vocation to the priesthood in the early 1990s. I think it was in Port Dickson at a vocation camp in 1992. Then, when I joined College General in 1994, I remember Clarence was a second-year theologian and our choir master. We learned accurately how to sing and chant. He was an all-rounder, excelling in everything he touched: football, volleyball, badminton, and of course studies. The theologians in College General were truly inspiring and exemplary to us. It was only after being bishop and being involved with CFM, the Christian Federation of Malaysia, and MCCBCHST, the Interfaith Council, that we began to work more closely. He being a member of the consultors and now as Chancellor and part of the Crisis Task Force, my admiration and respect for him continues to grow today. Wishing you, Clarence, good health in mind, body, and spirit as you continue to serve the people of God, as you make a positive difference to all around you. Ad multos annos.
So there you go, Father. A wonderful set of messages from the clergy, your friends, and everyone who's been with you on this journey. How do you feel right now?
Very moved with those words. Yeah, I'm truly grateful to all you who at Catholic Home who have put this together. It's amazing. Yeah, for once you have caught me lost for words.
Off guard, Father, off guard.
Yeah,
You better save this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one will go down in history under his favorites.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice to be appreciated from time to time, by your own colleagues, by the bishops, the work that we do, and
He's overwhelmed right now.
Yeah.
It's like I did not expect this.
Yeah, so many messages for Father Clarence, and I think we have more, right, Matt? That's
Yes,
already
we
coming
do.
in.
So we have some WhatsApp messages that came in for you. So Father, we'll roll them right now.
All right.
So we've got Mia Kaylin Simon, who is from year 4. She says, "Thank you, Father Clarence, for taking time to celebrate Mass for us at Stella Maris School. I love all that you teach us during Mass. God bless you."
Wow, year 4. And also Victoria says, blessed 25th Sacerdotal Anniversary to Reverend Father Dr. Clarence Devadass. God bless you with good health, Father. Peace be with you and team.
We've got, wow, this one's long. Okay, Eric Menon says, "My first encounter with Father Clarence was in 2009 when he was the parish priest at Church of Our Lady of Fatima, Brickfields, Kuala Lumpur. And Father Clarence used to be one of the celebrants during the parish feast of the Sacred Heart. In 2011, Father Clarence was posted to Church of the Sacred Heart, Peel Road, as a residence priest. I served quite a number of masses and a wedding mass. This is my memory of Father Clarence. Happy and blessed Silver Jubilee Sacerdotal Anniversary, dearest Father Clarence.
All right. Thank you for your messages.
Yep. So speaking about messages, Father, Catholics at Home has, a very strong foundation, a very strong backbone. And while most of the team are watching this show right now, we have one member who is not with us here in Malaysia. Okay, he's flown for a holiday, but
Yeah,
of course he wishes he was here. So here's a little something from Mark.
Hi, Father Clarence. Sorry we can't make it for the show today, but we do hope that you have a wonderful show prepared by the whole team. And on behalf of Melissa, Matthias, Marcus, I'd like to wish you all congratulations on 25 amazing years as a priest. We thank you for always guiding us. I remember since Assumption when you first joined, we were there, and that's where we first met. How you guided us in terms of being decent kids at that time, and look at where we are today. So much to thank you for, and I'd like to wish you congratulations once more. We love you, and we hope you have a splendid time, and also have many more years ahead celebrating this priestly life. Yeah, so God bless, and always remember, you'll never walk alone, Father.
That is the theme for the show today, Father.
I mean, Mark and I go back, which means that Mark and I go back 25 years, our friendship. It was my first posting in Assumption Church, and Mark was an altar boy. I think it was Mark and a few, Christopher, who helps out in jamming for Jesus, and a few others. So 25 years of friendship with Mark. We should celebrate with Mark when he comes back from his holiday.
So we can go for makan, Father.
Yeah. We need to plan this soon.
Okay, so Father, we've already rolled all the messages, right? Now we want to do a little something with you. So we want to do a rapid fire segment, and we're going to ask you 7 questions because 25 questions not enough lah, not enough time. So Father, you ready? The first thing that comes to mind.
All right.
In
how many words?
Well, we up to you lah, but
okay, all right.
First thing.
Okay.
First thing comes to mind.
Question number 1: if you could play your favorite sport with a famous personality, what sport would it be and with who?
Football, Brian Robson. That's my growing up idol.
You didn't even think about it.
If you know Manchester United, you know Brian. Kevin would know
Yeah.
Brian Robson.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, exactly. Yeah. But there are many
The
other
very
players.
short shots. That's all I remember.
Yeah. I mean, that used to be my idol growing up.
All right.
All right.
What's the one thing that you've read in a book that you practice until today?
The one thing that I always remember, that I mean, quite a few books. It's a biography of Mother Teresa. I think one thing that I think I've taken on as my motto is, and I read in her book, she's saying that what God wants is faithfulness and not success. So that's been something that's been with me for a while. And I remember reading this many years ago. It doesn't matter whether you're successful or not, but faithfulness is what carries you through. And I think that's something that's etched in my heart.
Very nice. Now, question number 3: if someone played you in a movie, Father, okay, who would you want to play you?
Denzel Washington.
Whoa!
Oh, Denzel.
Wow. Okay, next question.
Okay.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I know you're planning for this already, Father, because you didn't even have to think about it. You're like, he's going to play me.
Okay, there's a time machine. Which year would you travel to and why?
Oh, wow. Which year I would travel to? Oh, that's a tough one. Huh?
It doesn't have to be specifically like 19 something. You could just be like, to that time or something, It's fine.
I'm quite happy the year I was born, 1966. So, if I don't know whether this is your question, if anyone in history that I would have liked to have met, I don't know whether that's coming or not. Is it coming? No, it's not a question.
Possibly.
In history, if I were to go back, would be a person like Saint Francis Xavier. I mean, in the first missions. Yeah, I was just teaching this week about history of the church, and what amazes me is the zeal and the dedication. I looked at my priesthood and I looked at their priesthood. They left home with a one-way ticket, and not knowing when to go back. And what drove them, I would love to get into their heads and figure out what drove them to do that. Yeah.
All right. And since you talked about history and stuff like that, right? If you could have a 30-minute conversation with one person from either the past, present, or future, who would that person be?
Wow, future, the person's already here.
You can choose, Father, if you think that person is going to be a president someday, or the Pope someday.
I would have loved to have a conversation with Mother Teresa. Yeah, Mother Teresa. Just to and the other person I think is Gandhi. Yeah, just I'm always fascinated with what runs through their head when they do these things. What drives them. If I could get into their heads, I would love to get into their heads, into their brains. Really, really amazing people of our times, yeah. There's so many other people, but yeah, there's two people that kind of jump out to me.
Okay, if you could switch places with a person for one day, who would you like to switch places with?
I would love to say God, but never mind. I won't say that. I can't. Change all the wires a bit up and down. Get a few favors out of him. Who would be that person? Wow. Switch places with anyone. No lah. I think I'm happy who I am. I wouldn't want to switch places with anyone. Yeah, everyone has got a certain talent, purpose. Yeah, I am quite satisfied with who I am.
Okay. Yeah. Very nice. And finally, you spoke about vacations quite a lot, from the start to the end. We heard a lot about vacations. So describe your perfect day off or vacation in 3 words.
Relaxed, no plans, and good company.
Nice.
That's my idea of a holiday. It can be anywhere. But it has to be, something that's relaxing, something that that's not planned. I really don't like organized holidays. When you organize,
because you're so organized, you don't want it to be organized anymore.
Like if you travel abroad, okay, we have to go and see this today. We have to go and see this today. We have to go to this place. I can't take that. For me, it's go with the flow. And holiday is just go with the flow. If you feel and what makes a difference is the right people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why Father Gerard and I jive quite easily, because we enjoy each other's company, and my family, of course, as we have mentioned earlier. Yeah, that's those 3 things that for me it would be a holiday.
Fantastic. I totally agree. I think holidays shouldn't be regimented. It should be spontaneous. You do whatever you feel like you want to do, except for sleep lah. I mean, if you're going for a holiday, then don't sleep. Like, might as well stay at home. So that's our rapid fire segment for this afternoon. And if you've joined us and followed us from the start till now, thank you so much for your support here on Catholics at Home. Today we're celebrating Father's 25th anniversary. It has been a wonderful journey, Father. I mean, being with you on Catholics at Home as well, I've learned so much from you. And, you wanting to get into the heads of others. I want to get in your head, the way you handle conversations, the way you know how to cut us diplomatically so that we don't jump into something you don't want to handle later on. Brilliant, Father. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So,
it's sorry. Yeah. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, go ahead, Father. Go ahead, Father.
No, I just think, it's people like all of you who makes a difference in the life of a priest. It's not that, priesthood is not all a bed of roses, just like married life or single life, but it's the people that you surround yourself with that makes a difference. And people like you and the whole Catholics at Home team, both, the English, the Tamil, that and all the other ministries, parish, my office. There's so many wonderful people. As I said, too many to mention names individually. I'm surrounded by, and I think that's God's grace for me. As I look back, when God says, "My grace is sufficient for you," it's the people that He has sent my way, and that is the grace. That is the grace. Of course, there's supernatural grace which we won't talk about, but the human, the natural graces comes to me to the people whom I find myself around. And you have brought out so many different people on this particular conversation, and they have each one and many, many more. They are the graces for me.
But I'm just curious though, as a priest, is there like an ultimate goal? I mean, now that you've reached 25 years being in the ministry, being a priest, being our leader, our shepherd, but is there like your own personal ultimate goal that you want to achieve in this journey?
There's one thing that probably I will look to doing. Not a podcast, probably a book. Like many people say, my brain doesn't rest. There's always something running in my head. And I would like to put them down in writing, in some way, in some form. So maybe in the days to come, probably I would do that. Not for anything. It's just that not to leave a legend behind, but it's just that I like to just put it in writing, and every week I write a reflection. So that's my hope. That's my hope. Yeah.
And if you were to leave a legacy, right, of being thought as something, what would you like to be thought as?
Kindness, Meg. And I think this is something my father has taught all of us, even till now, today. Even as recent as a few days ago, somebody came up this way. I remember your father, having encountered your father, and he was so helpful, so kind. And I think that's what, I really, for me, it doesn't really matter whether you remember my homily or you remember, the mass I celebrated. It doesn't really matter. Very often people don't even remember at the end of the day what homily was on the Sunday, but, but to have been remembered as a kind person, someone who's been helpful, someone who's been dependable, someone who has showed love. Yeah, because I'm a human being, a fellow human being. Doesn't really matter whether I'm a priest or not a priest, and I think for me that's much more meaningful. To have made a difference in somebody's life.
I think you've made a difference in a lot of people's lives, Father. I mean, from all the conversations that we've had this morning, from all the messages that have been coming throughout the past 2 hours. Wow, Father, we got 2 hours special for you. Not bad, huh? You have definitely touched the lives of many and made a difference in the life of others as well. So congratulations, Father, on your Silver Jubilee. And may God bless you on this journey. Now, from Catholics at Home, we have prepared a little montage for you as well. So we'd like to roll that video just for you here.
Your grace is sufficient for me. Your strength is made perfect when I am weak. All that I cling to, I lay at your feet. Your grace is sufficient for me. Grace is sufficient for me. Your strength is made perfect when I am weak. All grace is sufficient for me. Your strength is made perfect when I am weak. All that I cling to, I lay at your feet. Your grace is sufficient. Your grace is sufficient. Your grace.
Hello, Clarence. Just to wish you a blessed 25th anniversary as a priest.
I wish to say ad multos annos. Tu es sacerdos in aeterno. You are a priest forever in God's plan. So, greetings, blessings will be with you to celebrate the day next week.
Blessed 25th Sacerdotal Anniversary, Father Clarence. May God continue to bless us through you as His powerful witness to the Malaysian Church, and may He grant you a continuing wisdom to govern, teach, and sanctify His people wherever you have led into.
I wish you many more years, another 25 glorious, sorrowful, luminous, and joyful moments. I thank God that you were able to use all your gifts and inspire young people and even old priests like us to do our own webcasts and podcasts and to be instruments using social media in the best way that we can. So, God bless you. Take care. We love you.
Wishing you, Clarence, good health in mind, body, and spirit as you continue to serve the people of God, as you make a positive difference to all around you. Ad multos annos.
Your grace is sufficient for
Wow, what a journey there, Father Clarence, going back, rolling back the years.
Yeah, those memories are very vivid. Remember all those years of growing up. Amazing, you got pictures of me as a little boy. Somebody has been doing some investigative work.
Yes, this has been planned for a very long time already, Father, not just a few days ago. I'm sure you know that. Okay, and Father Clarence, I think we also wanted to I guess there's someone at your door. Is there someone at your door? Father Clarence, is it
Oops.
Is there someone knocking?
Yes, there's someone at my door.
Oh, okay. I think you should open it.
Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to Father. Happy anniversary to you. May the good God bless you. May the good God bless you. May the good God bless Father. May the good God bless you.
Thank you.
No confetti, Father.
Where were you all?
Somewhere.
This is a surprise that Father Clarence knew nothing about.
Broadcasting live from Father Clarence's office right now. And Father, are you surprised or you knew this was happening?
It's
okay, Father. Did you read the Lud comic? It's always at the bottom, Saro.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much.
And this is a gift from Catholics at Home. the life and journey of Father Clarence in his priesthood 25 years as we celebrate his 25th Sacerdotal Anniversary, which is on the 7th of June actually, but we are doing a special show for him this morning. So Father Clarence, do you like it?
That's amazing, amazing. I need to bring the volume down a bit to hear that.
So Father Clarence, this is the camera right now that's actually focusing on you. So Father Clarence, tell us what you feel about the whole show that's put together just to celebrate you today.
Thank you very much. Thanks to everyone who has put this together. What do I say? Apart from thank you. It's been an amazing journey. As I said earlier in the show, 25 years is only possible with people like you around. Otherwise, it would be very difficult. And these are my graces. His grace, each one of you, every parishioner that I've come across, every priest that I've worked with, family members, and that's the grace that God gives. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So we, of course, miss Kevin, who is not here with us. He's back home. And also Mark, who is in somewhere else. We will not, reveal that. And because today is Father Clarence's break, we will not ask him to say our final prayer. Okay? So we'd like to invite Father Gerard, who will take us through the final prayer and end the show today.
And so let's pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. God, our loving Father, we thank you because your grace is sufficient for all of us. And we thank you for the gift of Father Clarence in our lives. We ask you to bless him as he journeys on, and bless us all, and Catholics at home as well. May we continue to walk confident that you are there with us. May we know your power, your protection, your providence, and your peace. Amen.
Amen.
In the Father, and the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And this is the special cake that we have prepared for Father Clarence.
So with that, we conclude today's episode of Catholics at Home. Kevin, we miss you, but you know what? Today's all about Father, so we're ditching you and celebrating with Father, okay? Thank you so much.
Just save me a piece of the cake, all right?
Take care. Have a blessed weekend.
Bye-bye.